Hey guys. After being gone for a long, long time, after having way too many things that I needed to do that I will not dive back into, I will dive into that. I probably don't know. Anyways, after my long hiatus of being gone, I am now back. And what do I come back to? I come back to Mortal Kombat 1's Chaos Reigns announcement trailer. And I'm going to be entirely honest with you. This is unironically really, really, really bad for a number of reasons. And I can rant on about the gender bent cyborgs that aren't cyborgs. I can rant about the really poor decisions of guest characters that they decided to add. I could rant about, the amount that this costs. I can rant about a whole lot of stuff. And this will probably take a while. There's just so much to literally unravel here. And I know I'm kind of late to it, but this is the first time I've actually gotten to my setup and I can actually like record and have my thoughts on this. Now, starting with the trailer, it revealed the story trailer. So the Chaos Reigns expansion, which is not separate from the Chaos Reigns bundle, that's apparently two different things. And I know this because I am on Steam currently, and they have just revealed that there are two DLC packs that are not Combat Pack 1. One is the Chaos Reigns bundle, which is $59.99, and Chaos Reigns expansion, which is $49.99. The price alone for both of these is actually just horrendous. I don't know why. I don't know who is in charge of pricing at NetherRealm or Warner Brothers. I don't know who decides pricing for this, but it's way too much. I don't even think it's worth it, to be honest. It's just way too much. But like, the first thing I want to talk about, and I want to get this out of the way, is I want to talk about the robot, not the Mortal Kombat characters that they decided to add in this Combat Pack expansion, and that's Noob Saibot, Cyrax, and Sector. And on paper, this sounds like pretty good picks. You've got your fan favorite cyborgs, ketchup and mustard. You got everybody's favorite Lin Kuei edgelord resurrected. In theory, it looks great, but NetherRealm decided that they wanted to gender bend the cyborgs. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not a fan of that decision for a number of reasons. One, and I'm just going to be blunt about it, I think it's lazy. And one of the reasons why I think it's lazy is I think one of the biggest complaints that people had about MK1's first combat pack, and keep in mind, I like MK1's combat pack that they had, is that people didn't like that there were no female DLC characters involved, or that's one of the complaints that apparently they had. And when NetherRealm was already deciding Combat Pack 2, they realized that people had been complaining that there were no female DLC characters. So their solution to that was just to gender bend the two and then basically call it a day. And in my opinion, that's just kind of lazy because NetherRealm can't make the excuse that they didn't really have any ideas. I mean, I get it. It's a new era, but like the changes that they made to the new era character, like for all the rosters, like for example, Bihan and or fuck, Sub-Zero and Scorpion are now brothers, but it's still Bi-Han and Kuai Liang. You know, like, deep down, the character, like, origins are still really similar for most of the characters. Alright, some, actually. I mean, like, Quan Chi, he's not a Netherrealmer, but he's still a sorcerer. He just got access to the Netherrealm. You know? Ermac being made by Quan Chi instead of Shao Kahn, he's still a collection of souls that's just basically a corpse that houses them, you know? Like, they make little, like, twinks here and there, but deep down, they're still the root of their characters. Like, Rain, he is like a mage, but he's still the water ninja, kind of. You know, he still has his water-themed attacks. With Cyrax and Sector, you kind of, not only have they been gender bent just to, you know, fit the, oh, new era, we gotta spice things up a little bit. They're not even cyborgs. They're just Iron Men. And I would be fine if, like, these were, like, original character designs. Because I will admit, they don't look that awful. Like, yeah, they look partially AI generated, a bit. But, like, the masks look cool on them. They're supposed to be cyborgs. And, yeah, it's the new era. But, like, with other characters, deep down, they still have their, like, main mechanics, if that makes sense. With Cyrax and Sector, they're really not what they were. Like, they're the only characters that got changed this much. And I know that the trailer only got out, or the trailer was, like, 4 minutes long, and when we saw, like, gameplay and stuff for Sector and Cyrax, first of all, with Sector, we didn't see any of the rockets that Sector is known for. Like, yeah, they're used in Cameo Sector's moves, but female Cyrax also uses the bomb too, and which is what Cameo Cyrax also uses. And I will give them the benefit of the doubt and say that, oh, you know, we didn't really see much of Sector in the trailer gameplay-wise. We only really saw cinematics, and I will say the purpose of the trailer was to be basically show off the DLC story of, you know, Titan Havoc and his Council of Kang-like minions. But still, they're not real, like, these were characters that, like, got changed so much for just seemingly no reason. And I don't mind the fact that there's women in my fighting games. If they wanted to add, like, female characters for DLC, that would be fine. You want to add a black woman to the game? I think that's great. I think Jade is a good pick. It's not like she's been name dropped, like, on multiple occasions. You know? Like, you could have picked, like, Jade, Sonya, your first female character, fucking Shiva, you know, fucking Frost, Serena, the fucking demon lady that people have wanted to be in a main roster for like 20 years, the fucking Cassie Cage, Jackie Briggs, fucking Centurion and Devora. You have a list of characters. You didn't need to gender bend the cyborgs. And I think the worst part about it is they're not even cyborgs. And then not to mention, I don't know, with Noob Saibot, I never really liked Noob Saibot as a character that much. I don't know, I haven't really liked the edgelord characters. They're just not really my thing. But he was surprisingly the one character that I was excited for, because he was still a Wraith, like, that's his character still. He's still a Wraith. He was just resurrected, except this time he was basically turned into a Wraith. He didn't die. Instead, because, like, in the original timeline, he was resurrected by Quan Chi and turned into a Wraith to serve the Netherrealm. In this timeline, he was turned into a Wraith by Titan Havoc to release his idea of chaos. But he's still a Wraith, if that makes sense. With Cyrex and Sector, they're not cyber ninjas. They're just glorified Iron Man with the Spider-Man, spider techno things. And I know this is off topic, but why the fuck is Noob Saibot green? I wouldn't be bothered by it if his ghost wasn't purple. That's the thing that bothers me, is his ghost is purple, but his overall outfit is black with streaks of green. If they made his ghost green, then it would make a little bit more sense. But, the contrasting of 3 different colors, I don't know. I just don't really like it that much. And, again, this is my opinion. You don't have to agree with me on this. But I just genuinely think this isn't great. And, the solution with the whole, female, non-cyborgs is, people have mentioned, oh, they can just add the premiere skins for Cyrax and Sector, which would basically give them their male characteristic designs. But that would but NetherRealm's gonna obviously charge you, $5 to $10 for the characters. And nobody wants to buy Dragon Crystals anymore. Nobody's liked buying Dragon Crystals. Nobody's wanted to buy Dragon Crystals. We just do it because we have an addiction. But yeah, that's going on to the guest characters. Ironically enough, Ghostface is the one I am excited for out of the 3 that we have. And one thing I'm going to say, the argument that Ghostface is just a dude with a knife, I don't think anybody who makes that claim has ever seen the Scream movies, ever. Because the whole thing of Ghostface as a character, if you watch the movie, there is always, at least 2 Ghostface, killers that are around. So, moveset-wise, they could do, the stunt double thing with Johnny Cage from Mortal Kombat 11, and just do that. And you could probably incorporate, other things, too. He's more than just a dude with a knife. And the other idea with Ghostface is that Ghostface literally could be anybody, regardless of sex. We've seen it, I think, in, the more recent Scream movies. I haven't really watched them, but I've, heard people talk about them. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the whole idea of Ghostface is that anybody could be Ghostface. It's just they all have the same voice modifier, if that makes sense. Now, we have to go on to Conan the Barbarian and Terminator T-1000. And I do not like these picks for a variety of reasons. The big one is that in Mortal Kombat 11, we had a Terminator character and an Arnold Schwarzenegger character. That being the T-800, which I liked, because it fit the theme of, 80s action hero, movie characters. Because it was Terminator, RoboCop, Rambo. I think Spawn was in there as well. I don't remember all of them, but they it fit the theme for what they were doing. With the DLC here, we are getting another Terminator character and another Arnold character. And it takes up a third of the combat pack. And, yeah, you can be excited for the characters, all you want, but I just think it's kind of dumb that we get 2 Arnold characters in a row, in each DLC game, and we get 2 Terminator characters in a row for DLC. I just don't think it's dumb. And on the topic of doing the T-1000, I think that the T-1000 would have a really cool moveset, but how in the hell are you gonna perform fatalities on it? It's liquid metal. It's not like the T-800 where it had an exoskeleton, or an endoskeleton. like, because the endoskeleton, you could perform fatalities on it because it still had like like a proper like human atomic, like structure. It had a skeleton and everything. The T-1000 literally is just metal. And people have said that like he could potentially like play as like Chrome. It I don't really know much about Chrome, but like I don't really know much about it, and you can call me like an idiot if you want. But I still don't know how you would be able to kill it because like without gunshots, I think. Because I think in Terminator 2, because that's the movie he debuted in, the only way it like actually died was like gunshot powder, and it couldn't really like change after that. I don't remember. I'd have to watch Terminator 2 again. But still, like, it's liquid metal. I don't know how you would, do fatalities or brutalities on it. And I could kind of see the theming for the combat pack here that they were doing. The closest, because people were like, oh, it's three themes in one, supervillains, horror movie characters, and like 80s action characters. Except the only 80s character in Combat Pack 2 is Conan. The first Scream movie came out in 96, and the Terminator 2, which I believe is what the T-1000 debuted in, correct me if I'm wrong, but came out in 91. So I would argue that it's more 90s movie characters than 80s. But even then, I don't know why. I don't know anybody who asked for Conan the Barbarian or Terminator T-1000. Because at least with Ghostface, and I will say this right now, Ghostface wouldn't be my first Combat Pack, like, DLC guest character. But I know that people have, like, wanted Ghostface in ever since MKX when they were doing the, like, horror movie characters. At least people actually, wanted the character. With I don't remember anybody asking for Conan or T-1000. That's just kind of my thing, is nobody really wanted these characters. Nobody asked for these characters. I don't know. It's just nuts. But honestly, I could forgive the whole gender bent cyborgs, non-cyborgs. I could forgive the, odd design choices of Noob Saibot. I don't even think I talked about Noob Saibot design choices. Why does he have a pirate hat? I mean, I mentioned the green and the purple, like, ghost, like, clone that he has, and why those are two different colors and why that doesn't make sense. But I didn't mention, why the fuck does he have a pirate hat? Like, I don't understand why. Somebody please tell me. Okay, anyways. I could forgive the weird character designs. I could forgive the gender bent robots. I could forgive the really, like, not great DLC guest character picks. Had it not been for the price they were asking for the Chaos Reigns expansion and the Chaos Reigns bundle. So earlier I talked about the price, and the price for the Chaos Reigns expansion is $49.99 US dollars. The bundle is $59.99 US dollars. One, this is way too expensive, even for a DLC, even for a cinematic DLC with characters. This is still way too much. And another thing I want to mention is the Chaos Reigns bundle being $60. Because the Chaos Reigns bundle is Combat Pack 1 and Combat Pack 2 with the DLC story together. You want to know the really, really, really dumb thing about that? So, I'm going to start to go on a price rant. I'm going to make a little, like, chart of all, like, the prices of everything on screen, if you want to pause it really quick. So, The base game of Mortal Kombat 1 is $70. This is not accounting for like the game being on sale. So and like doing their like fighting game sales or Steam summer sales or Xbox or Microsoft sales, whatever. This is just base game. None of the prices have dropped as of yet. I will get to that later. So, at the time of recording this, Mortal Kombat 1, the base game, is $70. Or $69.99. Combat Pack 1 went from being $39.99 down to $29.99. And I can kind of see why they did this, because it's been out for a year, it's old DLC, and they're going to want to, rank up the prices of the new DLC because it's brand new. It doesn't make it right, but that's probably why they did it. The average DLC character is around $8. And the average cameo character, which keep in mind, Combat Pack, the Chaos Reigns expansion does not say that they're adding any, is $5 or $4.99. The premium edition of the game is $110. The contents for that are the base game, Combat Pack 1, $10 worth of Dragon Crystals, and the Jean-Claude Van Damme skin. The premium edition of the game is usually gonna have the most amount of DLC in it. The Chaos Reigns bundle is $60. I might as well just buy a game at that point. And Chaos Reigns bundle basically includes Chaos Reigns expansion, the Combat Pack 1, and the Jean-Claude Van Damme Johnny Cage skin. To spend the least amount of money on this game and get as much content for it as possible, you would have to buy the game separately by itself and the Chaos Reigns bundle, and that is somehow cheaper than buying the premium edition of the game, and you get more from it because you actually get Combat Pack 2 and the story expansion. You don't get any of the stuff from the Chaos expansion in the premium edition of the game, which is a giant fuck you to everybody who bought the premium edition. Because now, you don't really have any, you didn't save any money buying the premium edition, because that's the whole point of the premium edition of the game. Yeah, you're still spending a lot of money, but it's supposed to be a cheaper alternative if you want to buy all of the stuff with the contents included in it, rather than just buying it separately. What NRS or Warner Brothers did, I don't know what company, I know NetherRealm develops the game, but I don't know if the publisher is responsible for the prices or not. But whoever made buying the premium edition of the game the worst option, I don't even understand how you managed to do that. Because in order for you to get the Chaos Reigns DLC while having the premium edition, you would basically be spending another $50. So, for example, taking somebody who bought the premium edition of the game and buying the Chaos Reigns expansion, that is $160. The person who bought the game separately and then bought the Chaos Reigns bundle spent $130. That person got not only all of the stuff from the premium edition of the game, minus Dragon Crystals, but nobody really cares about Dragon Crystals. This person who spent $130 not only got all the stuff from the premium edition, minus the Dragon Crystals, gets access to all of the characters, gets access to the cinematic DLC, saved $30, and if they pre-ordered it, gets the 4 exclusive skins, which, off topic, the UMK3 skin that they showed for Sub-Zero should have been added to the game when they were adding UMK3 skins, but that's a different issue. So basically, the people who bought the premium edition of the game got screwed. And I don't know who is in charge of, like, pricing and, like units sold or whatever. But this is not how you sell DLC for your game. If you want to make... You made the most, like, bang for your buck pack, like, the stuff that should have everything in it, not... Therefore, it is the worst version of the game to buy. And honestly, there is a simple solution to fix this. NetherRealm Studios, if you are listening, please, for the love of God, add your Chaos Reigns expansion to your premium edition. And anybody who bought the premium edition, who also pre-ordered the Chaos Reigns expansion, refund their money. Please. You are scamming everybody who bought the premium edition of the game for no apparent reason. I don't understand how you do this. I don't understand why you would do this. This benefits literally no one. And I don't understand how you did this. And that was honestly the biggest complaint that I had of them all. Because I also bought the premium edition, and I know there's a bit of, like, bias in this, but there's also going to be bias in this regardless. It's an opinion video. But yeah, I could forgive all of the random, like, bad decisions that they made for the Chaos Reigns expansion if they were to put the Chaos Reigns expansion in the premium edition. That is the only thing that I think NetherRealm can do to redeem themselves. Whoever buys this saves money, and you don't screw over the people that already bought the premium edition last year. On that topic, I will probably end the video with some good things about the Chaos Reigns expansion that I would like to say, mainly because I would like to offer some saving grace to this. I do think that Titan Havoc looks really, really dope. I like his design really much, and I also like that, like, during the trailer, you can see that one of the, like, I don't know if anybody's watched, like, Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think it's Quantumania, and spoilers for anybody who's seen it, but, like, you know the end credits scene where, like, where Kang is, like, holding the Council of Kangs? That's basically what I got here, and I find it absolutely amazing. And I also love the fact that in this shot right here, we basically get a confirmation of Havoc's original MK Deception design, which I am grateful for because I think Havoc looked really good in Deception. I thought his helmet looked really cool. I don't know why they didn't put it in, but in here in the first place. But NetherRealm was a really, really weird company. I don't know. The reintroduction of the Kami Dogu for the first time in an NRS game, that's also pretty good. For those who don't know what the Kami Dogu is, they're basically Mortal Kombat's versions of the Infinity Stones. Basically, whoever has them has to, like, basically fuse them together, and they have, like, uncanny power, basically. It's great, and, you know, the Kami Dogu is embedded in, like, Titan Havoc's chest, and so he's gonna use it for his evil plans of anarchy, you know, because that's his whole thing here. Great. I will say, though, that, like, overall the game still looks like, graphically speaking, I mean, MK games have always looked like stunning because it's like 8K Ultra HD graphics. And I will say that the new stages that they are adding, they do look nice. I like the wedding area that they're doing here because I think it's supposed to be like Scorpion's wedding, and then like the ninjas and Cyrex and Sector kind of like ambush it. I think that looks cool. And then you see like some other like new like Chaos Realm themed stages, like the one where Noob Saibot and Scorpion are fighting each other. I think the new stages look really cool. I love the inclusion of animalities. I think that's really great. And I love that and it's great that it's free for all players on release. I think that that's, it's doing justice for the people that have wanted animalities, you know. And I'm glad that they're at least doing some innovative tactic to like have a different type of like finish him or her like sequence. MK9 it was babalities. MKX it was faction kills, I believe. MK11 it was friendships, and MK1 it's animalities, and I think that's pretty cool. And I know a lot of people were complaining like, oh, the DLC or oh, the roster for the game is like really really small when it first came out, and like how they were complaining that there was barely like nothing in the game. I don't think people realized MK11 was the exact same way when it first came out. It had like almost nothing. A third of its roster is DLC, and I think a third of the roster here, maybe half of the roster, I'm not sure, will also probably be DLC. I'm glad that we at least have the characters that we do have, though. Yeah, I don't like what they did with Cyrex and Sector, but at least we have them. That's one thing that I can say that we are that I am kind of grateful for. I mean, Ermac's back. Ermac hasn't been playable since MKX. NetherRealm, if you're listening, add Ermac's unused MK11's corpse skin. I know you can do it. You did it for Shao Kahn in Deception. I don't think Shao Kahn was playable in Deception. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you did it there, and I'm pretty sure all he showed up in was just a cutscene. You can do it for MK11 Ermac. The gear change is his hood, and MK11 Ermac had a hood. So you can change the hood. You can incorporate it here. Please add it. Everybody will be grateful that you did. Thank you. Yeah, that's basically key takeaways from this video. Big one is please just put Chaos expansion in the premium, like, edition of the game. You're robbing people who basically bought the premium edition of the game. Just please do that. I basically have said all what I've needed to say, and I have nothing else to say. I'm gonna go now. Bye-bye.